Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 original N64 card review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. If you've never played the game before, it's a bit like Rogue Squadron and Jedi, I think it's called Jedi Outcast, I can't remember the name. Basically it's a Star Wars game with walking missions and flying missions, or flying missions and walking missions, however you want to class it, seeing as the first mission is actually a flyer. At the start you've basically got these 4 profiles to choose from, and to do the options on them you just push L or R, and then you can go into the options, you can rename the file or you can delete the file. Options, you can basically do normal things like camera display and stuff like that, and sound effects, whether you want them loud or quiet, so just bog standard stuff. To choose the difficulty you actually choose it when you start the file basically, so you don't have to just, well, you don't choose it in the options menu, it's one that you just pick the file, as I say. I don't really know what else is to say, so rather than babbling on, go on to the missions. 10 missions overall. Not every mission has a boss, but a few do. There's 6 bosses overall. At the start you get a basic bit of info, but the flying missions are pretty much very Rogue Squadron-ish, but with poorer controls and poorer visuals. That's still not saying that they're bad. I personally think the game's really good. I just think Rogue Squadron is better, so if you can only get one, I'd say get that one. Basically you just fly around here and shoot things. This mission I've got to destroy all the probe droids, and then the second part of the mission it's AT-STs, and then you do actually get a part with the AT-ATs where you've got to like wrap them up with your tow cables, so it's pretty much very similar to the Hoth mission on Rogue Squadron. It's just that Factor 5 took it over and said we're going to do it good. Bottom left corner you've got your life display. Bottom right corner you've got your radar, just basically telling you where the biggest threats are and where like you really need to go to and stuff like that, a little flash orange and the likes, and you can see the little red dots, although to be fair on the small screen of YouTube you mightn't be able to, and that's just basically telling you where the enemies are. So that's the flying missions down. This is pretty much what you do the entire time, but in the asteroid field one you also have to shoot asteroids out of the way. So I'm just going to cut into some single player walking footage now. I say single player, it is single player. So there we go, this is the walking section. Just to clarify, it was just a slip of the tongue, there is no multiplayer on the game, it's fully single player. But anyway, the whole point of the walking is you walk around, shoot stormtroopers and the likes, or wampers, basically shoot things again, and just get to the end of the mission where there might be a boss and you shoot the boss, and then the mission ends. Controls on the game, it's pretty much slagged off for them all the time, and that's simply because pretty much every mission is different. Obviously the walking missions have the same controls, but almost every vehicle you get in has slight differences on the controls. There's never any consistency to it, you know. It's all, when you actually get the instruction book, there are 7 pages of controls because it's just everything's different. Standard stuff though on this, you can change the camera if you want to, so you can make it a first person shooter but you don't get a crosshair. You can basically jump, you can shoot, you can change weapons when you get weapon changes. You can hold the button down to do a bit of a look around, but you can't do a full 360 look even if you're in first person mode. There's also no strafe button unfortunately, which can be quite irritating because many a time I have walked off an edge when I'd rather have just strafed just a few centimetres to the left or the right to stop that from happening. You've also got a button obviously to open doors and activate things, which oddly enough is R. Usually it's like a different button, but anyway, as I say, controls a bit dodgy. Once you get used to them they're fine. That's bottom line basically. This is the first weapon on the game that I'm going to be able to show you. It's basically the Seeker missiles that you can get, but unfortunately Wampers are very hard, very tough, so I may just have to cut after I've killed them, because it does take quite a while. So there we go, Wamper's dead. And basically, while this is the main weapon on the game, the blaster, which if you notice in the bottom right corner it's got the numbers, they're not ammo, that's just how many times you can use it in a certain time, because it's got to charge the blaster up. But to be fair, you can just pretty much pound the button and have a machine gun, although accuracy does decrease a little bit, as you can see there. Bottom left corner is your health. Med packs and extra weapons are scarce, so you really want to use them carefully. Pretty much your best friend on the game are actually going to be the Rebel Alliance tokens, which I'll just try and show you now. They're basically called challenge points. Every mission has them, and there's quite a few of them on the missions, and they give you extra lives, so you don't get them straight away, you get them at the end of the mission. So you definitely want to collect them because, well, as I say, it depends on how many lives you've got in the next level, and certain levels can be a right mare and you need loads of lives. So you might end up going back and replaying a mission to make sure you get, say, a 10 out of 10 on one of them to make sure that you've got a load of lives for the next mission. First one's actually coming up now. So so I'll just shut up for a few seconds and like listen to music and a hell of a lot of blasting sound effects. So there we go, got one, there's a bit of the music, and died right after getting one. So this is pretty much all you do in the entire game, running around or flying around shooting things, get to the end of the mission, kind of a boss type thing, maybe not, because as I say not everyone has one, and then that's that, you go on to the next mission, beat the game. The story, as you noticed, I was on Hoth. Basically the story is set on 5, but it follows one of the different mercenaries. I believe his name's Kyle Katarn. Could be wrong there, because to be honest, who the hell cares about his name? And to be fair, many people might not care about the story, but basically it follows him rather than following Han Solo, because obviously the movie does that. So there we go, that's pretty much everything I can say. Graphically the game is pretty basic, because it was pretty much a launch game. Music wise though, if you like the Star Wars music, there's tons of Star Wars music to listen to. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.